is exactly what I was looking for. Action, enemies to lovers, tension, a whole new world to like get immersed in. They just had their first kiss, but it was rudely interrupted, so let's see where that goes. For anyone who has ever made a bad decision because of a broken heart, I cannot wait to read this. Hi guys, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. Let's do a reading vlog together. I'm gonna be doing one of those 24-hour reading challenges. I have my little timer here, and I'm basically just going to stop and start every time I pick up a book. We're gonna read for 24 hours straight and see how many pages I can read in that time and how many books I can get through on my physical TBR, because I just did a bookish week of my life vlog where I ordered a bunch of new physical books, and so I have a ton of physical books on my TBR and I would like to get through them. Let me show you which ones I am excited to read. So I'm wanting to read Done and Dusted by Lyla Sage. This is her Rebel Blue Ranch series. So I think there's another one of these out and another one releasing soon. I'll put what page number I'm on, but I just started this. Next, I want to read King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. This is a library book, so I need to finish it very quickly. It's definitely due. I keep having it renewed because I just haven't started it. Keep forgetting to, but I read this. It was on Kindle Unlimited at one point, and I read like 50 or 60% of the way through the book, and then I didn't have Kindle Unlimited anymore, or I moved on to a new book or something. So I have loved pretty much every book of Leigh Bardugo's, but I'm wanting to finish the Grishaverse. I want to move on to other Leigh Bardugo books. I've read the Shadow and Bone series and the first duology for Six of Crows, so Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, and now we're on to King of Scars and Rule of Wolves. So I think I am halfway through. I'll put what page number I'm on up there. Next is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I'm really excited to read this. This is my kind of vibe. I'm guessing this is like gothic slash like dark academia slash cozy fantasy. Like really excited to read this. And then on my book haul, I bought Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I started this. I'm a couple pages in. I'm really excited for this, but I feel like I'm not gonna want to rush through this one, so if I get to this one, I get to this one, or if I read some of it, I don't want to like blow through this book. I feel like I want to savor it. And then the last book is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle Jensen. This is her latest release. I loved the Bridge Kingdom series, but that's the only thing I've read of hers, so I'm excited to try something new. I've heard such positive reviews of this book. I saw this at Barnes & Noble, and look, it's the sprayed edges. I don't know why it looks so shiny. They are shiny, but it looks so beautiful, and like the whole like thing of this book, gorgeous. So hopefully I love this, The Fate Inked in Blood, and I just like can't put it down because that's what I've heard online. That would be absolutely great. If not, I'll jump to this one. Let's get into it. I'm going to set the timer the minute that I pick up the book. And I've got myself a little snack. I'm gonna cozy up here in bed with my little sleeping puppy. I think I'm gonna start with this one.
Headlights on the highway. If you only knew, being back here always makes me think of you.
Oh, look how cute that is. That's so cute.
Do you think of me with the road ahead's coming back again, coming back to me? Yeah. I remember the long drives, the late nights in your car. I remember it all. Windows down, empty streets. You were all I used to know. You and I, forever ago. And you used to drive me home. Now I drive alone. You and I, forever.
So just my first check-in, I have been reading for just an hour. I started and stopped a lot in between like doing other things. I'm up to page 60, so 60 pages in an hour. Felt kind of slow to get into this, probably because I keep like stopping a lot, but that's where we're at. So I'm at 23 hours and it's now evening. We'll see how much I read the rest of the day, but I'm really liking this like pause method. It's kind of cool to see how much I'm actually reading. in an hour and kind of like guesstimate how long it'll take me. So I think this one is like 300 pages, so it's gonna take me a little over 4 hours to finish this potentially, which sounds crazy. I definitely read faster on a Kindle. Don't know why. I keep wishing this was a Kindle book. So I just really loved the cover, which is why I got it. Just kind of bold of me. I usually don't buy books that I haven't read. So I did that a lot this month with my little reading vlog. I bought some books that I felt like I couldn't get anywhere else. So usually I buy the books as like a trophy afterwards. And it's like, I loved this. I have to own it in multiple copies. I can't just have it on Kindle Unlimited or audiobook or whatever. 60 pages in. I started on page 5. So 55 pages in an hour. Okay, I'll check in later.
Love like wildfire, I was your entire world until I stood alone in a storm. You took the sunshine, the flames are gone now, and I watched you walk straight out of that door. Promises got lost in the dust, your boots by the door, you're not coming home. Love like wildfire, I was your entire.
Hi, it's the next day and I just dropped my little puppy off for her grooming appointment, which usually only takes like 20 to 30 minutes. So I'm just gonna wait in my car and I have my book I'm gonna read. I'm on page 156 and the timer is at 21 hours, 30 minutes and 20 seconds. Yeah, I've been reading a lot faster. My second hour of reading, I think I read like 65 pages instead of 55 or a little bit more than that. I forget. Definitely halfway through now. There you go. You can see it. So I'm just gonna read in the car. I've got some coffee. Let's get reading. I didn't realize how little time I have to read because it's day 2. I'm only at 2.5 hours into my 24-hour reading challenge, which is kind of crazy. But I mean, at the same time, I've read half a book in 2.5 hours. So having just like an hour or 2 a day you're getting somewhere with the reading, which is good. But I'm gonna sit down and enjoy this and see what happens. They just had their first kiss, but it was rudely interrupted. So let's see where that goes. We're done. Book 1 down. We are at 19 hours and 17 minutes and 53 seconds. So sped up the reading time. Now I think I'm definitely want to order the second one because I was really excited about the next brother, Wes. He was super sweet. And also I love interior design, and that's like the whole thing about this next book is they're gonna like design this like ranch guest house inn kind of thing, and the main like female character is an interior designer, and something about that is just so fun. They both seem like just like absolute sweetheart dreamers. I'm excited for that. I read the like preview chapter and it's really cute. So book 1 down with 19 hours left. Excited. Now we're gonna get started on book 2 sometime later today or maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I think one of my books just came in the mail that I ordered in my bookish week vlog. It was coming from the UK, so I didn't really have tracking, and it usually takes a while. So I think that's what this is. I just thought I would open it with you guys on my little reading vlog here. Yeah, I think so. Ooh. I do not want to read the back of that book. I'm really good at spoiling books for myself. This is so pretty. I love when they have foil. And this is just a paperback. So paperback having foil, even better. And like glitter. There's like glittery sparkles on this. I'm very excited. Aw, it's got like quotes on the inside. I'm glad I got the UK version for sure. I'm so interested to see who this is about. I know it's about the Prince of Hearts, and I just like don't know who the girl is, so I'm excited. Maybe I will throw this onto my TBR. I flew through the Caraval series and I cannot wait to start this one. I've just been waiting for the books to come in the mail. I literally have like over 19 hours left, and I'm like, if I read one book and we have 19 hours, like maybe we can do this. Maybe I could read the two of them. I wanted to start this series even before I read Caraval. I heard that you should read Caraval first, and I'm really glad I did. It's really fun going into this like knowing one of the main characters already and having a lot of opinions about him and the whole world that they're in. Like I understand it a lot more. I feel like I would have been a bit more confused if I didn't start with Caraval, but I'm really excited. Should I start it right now? Oh my gosh. If this is not like the most perfect dedication, it's backwards, so you can't even read it. What am I doing? For anyone who has ever made a bad decision because of a broken heart. I cannot wait to read this. Hi, a little update. It is Sunday night. I am only on book 2, and this is my first opportunity to just read uninterrupted for multiple hours. Everywhere else I've kind of been like shoving it in here and there. I usually have more time to read, I realize, but my husband and I are slowly reading our way through Harry Potter together. So before bed, instead of like reading by myself, we've been reading that together on audiobook. But tonight we already finished the second one and we started on the third one yesterday, and we kind of just decided we want to take a little break and like read our own books and like do our own thing tonight. So I'm gonna spend some time reading Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm in the middle of chapter 6, so only about like 40 pages in, and then I'm at 15 hours and 36 minutes and 19 seconds left. Small spoilers for this. It is so fun so far reading this book because I really enjoyed Jax in Legendary and finale of the Caraval series, so it's really fun that he's like one of the main characters in this, and she's already been turned to stone and taken out of that. Now I understand like where the timeline is. I knew about that whole like stone plot line. I remember some sort of like Easter egg kind of thing of either Scarlet or Donatella like seeing Evangeline in their books. Anyway, so now I'm like, okay, well, where are we going with this story? Because I figured the stone plot was like the whole thing. So I'm interested to see where we end up. So hopefully I get through most of this book tonight. It's almost 8 o'clock. I'm hoping to read for about 2 to 3 hours. All right, we're gonna get to reading. It's another day of this 24-hour reading vlog, and it's also turning into just showcasing like how much of a mood reader I am. So a book came in the mail. During this vlog, I ordered the second book in the Rebel Blue series by Lyla Sage, and I'm not feeling well today, and so I'm feeling like I would like to read something quick and easy like this. So I'm gonna open it and maybe we're gonna start reading that. These books were just really cute, so I had to own it. Just look at like that cartoon cover like vibe. So cute. So this is the second one, Swift and Saddled. And I already read the first chapter of this because it was in the back of the other book. This looks like even smaller than the other book. I feel like I'll have to compare, but I feel like I will be able to finish this today. I think I read the last one within like 3.5 hours, something like that. I have a lot of time left on this challenge, and I feel like I just need to start reading. And if I read this one, hopefully I'll finish a second book. I read like 140 pages Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm enjoying it. I'm just really not in the mood for that right this second. I'd like to do something quick and easy.
With you, everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling.
Good morning. It's Sunday. My hair looks a little crazy. It's Sunday and my husband and I are having a reading day today. We're just gonna read all day. So let's do it.
Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. I smooth like the ocean. I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me
I just finished my book. I'm completely done with it now. So this is book 2 that I finished in this vlog. I have all the books I'm like reading right here. So I finished, this was the second book in the Rebel Blue series. I read the first one in this, and then I read like a quarter of the way through this book. I think I have like 13 hours left on the 24-hour timer, so now I need to pick out my next book. I'm thinking I might want to do King of Scars because I only have like a little bit over halfway left, and I think it's due back to the library this week. Or I'm wanting to read, I don't know where it is, I'll have to find it, Powerful. It's the novella to the Powerless series. I'm not really feeling this book today. It just isn't the vibe for today. I'm already like in the middle of this book. Ugh, the lighting is so weird. There we go. It looks crazy. Already in the middle of this book, and I'm almost done with this entire like world, this entire series, so I feel like very familiar with everything that's happening. And then with the Powerful like novella, you already know what happens to the main character of the story. Feeling like I kind of want to know what's gonna happen, I guess, if that makes sense with what I'm reading next. I'm gonna try this. If I'm not like feeling it in the moment, I'm gonna switch to Powerful. Let's try that. Mood reading vibe on this little Sunday is kind of out of control, and I read maybe like 75 pages, I don't know, 50 pages, and I'm kind of done with this. It's too hard to like get into a book that I started a year ago, and like I'm so far into it. It's just not like the vibe I want today. I just want to feel like completely absorbed into a story, and that's not happening for me right now. I'm ready to like choose a new one. So I'm thinking I'm gonna pick up this one. I just like want something so different, so interesting, and I feel like stepping into a Viking world sounds very interesting right now, just like completely different than everything else I've been reading. That sounds really fun to me. So I'm gonna crack this open and we're gonna continue on this crazy kind of mood reading train. I have under 12 hours now left this reading vlog. And hopefully I finish another book. I don't just like keep picking up books and starting and stopping them. So hopefully this is the third book. Okay, we're gonna start reading. I just wanted to do another little update on my reading vlog here. I am still in the process of reading A Fate Inked in Blood. I have been enjoying it so much. I'm on page 236. I read it all night. I literally had to stop myself from reading. I was like, okay, this is a good stopping point, and it was like 10:15 last night. So I still have reading time left. Here's my little timer so you can believe me. I have 7 hours and 41 minutes left on the timer. This book has just been so fun. This was exactly what I was looking for. Just like action, enemies to lovers, tension, a whole new world to like get immersed in. I think I'll definitely finish it before my timer is up, and I'm kind of hoping I can finish something else during it. It's like embarrassing to me that in this 24-hour reading vlog, if I only finish like 3 books. It just is. Even though I read multiple others, I guess this is like the true mood reading vlog. It's like I've read snippets of multiple other books, and I guess this is how my reading goes sometimes. It's just like not always very consistent. But yesterday was so perfect. We just read literally all day. We like went pretty much nowhere and just hung out in bed with coffee and breakfast and food and read. Okay, so this is where I'm at with the reading. I've currently read these 2 books. I haven't finished them, but I'm like a quarter of the way through. I'm at page like 130. What is this? 134, 135. I'm on chapter 18. And then this one, I'm still, I think, in the same place. I'm on page like 236. I'm on chapter 21, but for this one I'm more than halfway through the book. I'm ready to get back into reading. I have some time today and I'm like dying to read this book now. So this just feels like the ultimate like mood reading, but this one is actually only 220 pages. There's like a sneak peek chapter at the end for Reckless, the next book in this series. So it's actually only 200 pages and I'm feeling like I could finish this today. I want to read this, but I feel like the minute I start reading this, I'm going to be super invested and want to go to the next book, and I want to finish these. So I have to read this one before July because the next book comes out in July, and I know my next book for this just shipped. So I have the second book, but the third book is coming in like a week. And then I'm really enjoying this, but I'm worried I'm not going to like the ending.
Beneath the starlit sky, our love's secret line, like leaves we soar so high. Beneath the moonlight, the soft touch your hand in mine gets me every time. Lost in the city lights, our love's electric right. You make me feel alive. I know July is gone. You make me feel at home in the neon glow. As the leaves change color, I dive into you. When summer's fading, there's nothing
finished Powerful, and it was sad, but I still have a lot of questions. I feel like this wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. So it's very interesting. It was very sweet, very cute, but I definitely thought it was going somewhere completely else. So now I'm like, I don't know why this happened. I'm so confused. It's really sweet. I don't know, I guess I'll have to read the next book to find out what really happens. Interesting. Anyways, this was like 220 pages. I still have quite a bit of time left on my calculator. It says I have over 5 hours left of this reading challenge, so I'm hoping that means I can finish this book in the next 2 hours. It's really proving to me like how much you can read in 24 hours. It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna take a break and eat something, and then I'm gonna get back to reading. Finished A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle Jensen. I have a little under 2 hours left of the whole reading challenge for 24 hours. This was such a fun book. A lot of exciting things happened. I was very entertained. I just realized now, though, that the trope that happens at the end is probably one of my least favorite tropes. And I kind of, while writing, that sounds like a really fun trope, but I forget how reading, it's such a frustrating trope, and you just like don't want it. I don't want to like give a spoiler of like what it is, but I realize now that I've had so many books like this where you read it, and I've read other books of hers and she's done it before, but it was very different before. Like you knew it was coming. I like kind of thought maybe it was coming, but now I know I shouldn't write that trope because I really don't like reading it. But I am excited for the next one. I think this will be a good series. This was just such a fun world. I've never read anything quite like it. The Vikings, the like Norse gods. I'm gonna have to like go on a Viking related kick now, I feel like, and read other books like it. One of my husband's favorite shows is the Viking show on Netflix, and I've never watched it with him, so now I'm like, oh, maybe I should watch that with you. But I feel like I want to read, it's by LJ Andrews, Curse and Shadows or something. It's the Broken Kingdoms series, and that's all Vikings, so I'll have to try it. It's a super rainy day, and this is what I have left, is this book. This will be the 5th book during this reading vlog, and I already started it a while ago. I'm 134 pages in out of 400, and right now my reading speed is about 60 something pages an hour, so it's like I wouldn't finish this during the vlog, so it kind of irritates me because I have just about 2 hours left. According to my current reading speed, like for the last book, I would need like 2 more hours after this to finish the book, but maybe I'll read this faster because I feel like the pages are like, or the writing is a bit bigger, so maybe I'll read it faster. Maybe I'll continue reading this. Part of me is really tempted to just start something else that is shorter. I was looking at my like bookshelf over there. I just don't really think there's anything over there that I could finish in under 2 hours, because I feel like the one book I read like pretty quickly was a novella. That was the Powerful novella. I read that in about 2 hours, maybe 2.5, and that was only 221 pages. Well, maybe I can finish this then, because I have 260 something pages left of this book, I think. Anyway, I really want to hit 5 books. I just feel like I need to finish another book because I have more time left on this vlog. So I have 1 hour and 50 minutes and 50 seconds. All right, I'm gonna try to really focus and see if I can finish this book. That would be kind of awesome, or at least get really close. have finally finished this 24-hour reading challenge. I did not complete this book, but I got, I don't know, more than halfway, quarter of the way left to go, which I think I'm gonna sit here and read the rest of it because I just got the third book in the mail finally, the paperback, the UK version, and it is beautiful, and now I have all three, so I'm ready to finish reading this series. I think I'm gonna do it in another reading vlog, but this was really fun. Next time I would like to try to do it in like a weekend rather than, I did this over the course of a whole month, over the month of June. I'll put in the exact page numbers that I read. I read 4 complete books and almost 5. So I'm proud of that for 24 hours of reading, and it definitely motivated me to do like very uninterrupted reading with the whole like pausing and starting and stopping a timer. I like only read when the timer was on, which sometimes I would only read for an hour, but I would read like a significant chunk. So I think my best like number per hour was in the 70s, 70 pages per hour when I was reading the contemporary romance. Those just like, you can definitely read those a lot quicker. It's not as much like substance as a fantasy book, so that was good. And I'm really happy I read for my physical TBR. I have so many books that I've purchased recently that I need to read. I feel like this definitely was a perfect example of how much I mood read. I also read more this month. I just wasn't reading physical books, so that would be kind of interesting maybe to do like a whole month and see like how much I actually read, or a whole week and see how much I read like on my Kindle and audiobook and everything. This was just physical books. So yeah, but I have a couple other really fun vlogs for you guys. I'm going to be doing like a summer reading vlog, reading at the beach, all that kind of stuff. If you have any really good like beach read recommendations, let me know, because I'm thinking about trying some different authors that I haven't read when I do that. Recommended recently has been Emily Henry and Abby Jimenez for some like lighthearted, fun beach reads. Yeah, so if you have any good recommendations, please let me know. I would like more. But thanks so much for watching, and happy reading, happy writing, and I hope to see you in the next vlog.